Welcome to another CastleHill Media production. This pregame report sponsored by Home Run Pizza, 241 Candy Road, Manchester, New Hampshire, home of the fabulous chicken tender plate and Italian-style pizza, the best Italian-style pizza you're going to get in Manchester. It's March 8th, 2014. We're at Bulldog Arena. We're at the stadium. We're at the gymnasium. We are here because we got Trinity, number 8 Trinity, visiting number 1 Bedford High School, 19-0 Bedford. Trinity coming off a win over. They played Memorial High School. Talking to Coach Matt Couchane before the game. He was very impressed with the girls' 60-46 win over Memorial last time, and he's hoping that the girls can get off to a good start. The last time they played Bedford took care of business here back on January 21 when they faced Trinity at home and beat them by 32, 62-30. Coach Couchane said they got off to a terrible start, a 17-3 run after the first inning. Bedford was dominating and never looked back. He's hoping that they can get off to a good start. He said his girls are playing well. It's a young team. He's got a senior, he's got a junior, and he's got 3 freshmen that are going to start on the field. You've got Megan, Willard, Hill, Torres, and McKay for Trinity, and he's hoping that these young kids can pull off what would be considered the biggest upset in NHIAA Division I girls basketball to date. And that's what he's hoping for tonight. He's hoping for a tight game. It could be a blowout. It could be within a couple of points, but it's going to be an exciting game. On the other side of the ledger, the Bulldogs bring in Purcell, Driscoll, Collins, Glennon, and Brown starting tonight. Off the bench, you could see any number of these girls: Conrad, Hunter, Hibbard, Tucci, Savannah, O'Connell, or Blake. Sue Thomas isn't afraid to use anybody and anybody at any given time if it's going to help her squad. You're going to see Bedford press the ball up and down the court, full court press, and they're going to try and get points over turnover. Turnovers over points, excuse me. That's the key to success to the Bedford High School girls basketball this year. They want to get the ball turned over. They want to get points on turnover. And hopefully they can keep the girls out of foul trouble, keep the injury bug away, and Bedford should take care of business tonight. We're about 20 minutes from tap-off. We're going to turn it over to the crew. We start the game. We'll see you at the halftime. From Bulldog Stadium, Mike Robinson reporting for CastleHill Media. This has been the Home Run Pizza pregame report. We are back at the Dog Pound, Bedford High School, for the game. Tip-offs 10 minutes away for the second round game against Bedford versus Trinity. I'm here with my play-by-play person, Courtney Cheetham, head coach, Merrimack High School, but not just a head coach of Merrimack High School. You grew up in Bedford, you coach in Bedford, you teach in Bedford. Welcome, Courtney, back to Bedford, but you've been here all along.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Tell us about your season you had with Merrimack this year. What go with the highlights, what are the lowlights? How did it go?
Yeah, it was great. It was my first year there, and my first year as a head varsity coach. So that was kind of an interesting experience for me and for the program. Coming in, they have had 3 different coaches in 4 years, so that was interesting in and of itself. But walked in there, had a lot of kids who just all they wanted was somebody who just wanted to be there for them and be consistent and give them some love. So that's what I did and taught them the game. And we had a lot of young kids. We ended up at the end of the season starting 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a junior, none of which had played varsity basketball before. So
that is awesome.
Yeah, it tells you the future's bright, right?
The future is bright. There's nothing but brightness in Merrimack, for sure. And as you were the head coach, you have some experience here. You were under Sue Thomas for a number of years. Talk to us about Sue's philosophy, what we're going to see out of the Bedford club today.
I think, and I saw it when I played against him, but Sue really advocates strong defensive pressure. And when we played them, they just annihilated us on the defensive end. I mean, I think that they have a lot of offensive weapons, but I don't think people give them enough credit for their defensive pressure. I think that comes from Sue and just what she's taught them and how she continually emphasizes that every single day.
I talked about points you generate over turnovers, and that's what you're talking about from the defensive side of the ball. Getting that turnover, going back, getting the easy basket. How does a team like Trinity break that pressure? What does Trinity have to do to beat this 19-0 Bedford squad?
I think it's interesting because I think Trinity runs a similar style of basketball. I think they try to play up-tempo. I think they try to win on the defensive end. I wouldn't say they have as many offensive weapons as Bedford does, but I do think they can match them defensively. So that's going to maybe be a difference maker if they can make a few shots and hold off Bedford a little bit.
And who are we looking for on the Trinity side of the ball? I have me and Willard, Hill, Torres, McKay starting. Out of those, 1 senior, a junior, and 3 sophomores. Another young team. Who are the players that are going to step up for Trinity tonight?
So I think the big one to look out for is Amanda Torres. The girl's phenomenal. She has the quickest first step I've seen in a player at her age. And I think Lizzie can be really hot. I think she hit 6 or 7 threes when we played against them. But she's a senior, she's a veteran, and she has a great attitude and seems like a good kid. So I think that's who to look out for today.
And let's talk about on the Bedford side. Up and down this lineup, any one of these girls could be starters for other D1 programs in the state for sure. But let's talk about the seniors. Purcell, Driscoll, Collins, Glennon, Brown, Conrad. These girls have been together for a number of years. You coached some of these girls.
Absolutely, and taught too.
And taught some of these girls as a teacher here in Bedford. Tell us about what we're going to see in this lineup.
Well, I think when you ask the question who to look for, it's who maybe not to look for, who not to look out for, because everybody is really strong. I think that's what makes Bedford so strong. I think if somebody's having an off night, pull someone off the bench, they can step in. But I think in particular, Haley Driscoll, pretty underrated, great interior passer.
Yep.
Can score if you need her to. I think Rachel Collins, her outside shot this year has just been phenomenal. And I think Mackenzie Brown, she's just all around. She's big, she can play in the post, but I think on the wing as well.
Now, last night, the Bedford boys visited Trinity.
I heard.
And they lost in a really good basketball game by 5. But it's a different gym setting. In Trinity, my ears are still running from last night. Tonight, not so much. We're probably going to have a less of a crowd. Talk to us about the difference between the boys' game and the girls' game when it comes to fan participation.
So I think it's really good for girls basketball when we can fill a packed gym, and I think whoever wins this game is going to experience that when they get to SNU. But I do think it can be a difference maker, because when you go to a place like Trinity that's a small gym and the crowd's packed, I think that can play a little mental role, and it kind of brings out the idea of mental toughness. I think when you have experience and when you have crowds and whatnot, I think mental toughness is really kind of what comes through.
That's awesome. Well, there you go. You got it from Coach Cheetham. We're about 6 minutes away from tap off. We're going to be back with the starting lineup with CastleHill Media. And Coach, looking forward to a great game.
Yeah, let's do this.
Thanks. We are back, ready for the tip-off here at the Dog Pound. Trinity visiting Bedford, trying to pull the upset of the year. Would this be the upset of the year,
I think
Courtney?
it would be a pretty big upset, yes. Although I have to say, despite playing at home and having an undefeated record, it's got to be hard to be somebody that's undefeated.
No doubt about that. We're going to see Brown tipping off. Bedford in white, Trinity in red.
Despite the fact that Amanda Torres is about 5'6", watch her get up on this jump ball. She's just pure athlete.
Yeah. Brown controls. Good. You got play-by-play, so take it away.
All right, Bree Purcell with a 3.
Well, Bree's trying to light it up early. That fell short, but his Bedford with their full court man-to-man press.
We've got Lizzie Meehan bringing the ball up. Looks like Bedford's going with a man-to-man defense. Good help defense. There's a defense we talked about earlier, creating turnovers. Trinity foul by number 33, Hope Willard. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Is that what you want me to do? Like that? Is that?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay.
Yep.
Bree Purcell goes to the line to shoot 1, makes the layup and gets fouled. Makes the free throw. Bedford up 3-0. Trinity inbounds to Amanda Torres.
No, that's a foul.
She's just so fast. It's hard to stick with her when she's dribbling the ball up the floor.
Rachel Collins draws the first foul. Looks like the officials are calling it pretty tight right off the bat, and as long as they call it the same way, I'm fine with that.
It's interesting going from the two-man refereeing crew to a 3-man crew. Expect to see a lot of fouls called early.
Now, is there an advantage 2 versus 3? Is there some confusion in your mind sometimes when they go to a 3?
I think it's just hard to make an adjustment. To the whole year you play with 2 referees, so it gets inconsistent, and then all of a sudden you add 3, it gets tight. And I don't know. I think it's hard.
Shot by was number 30 who put it up.
Danielle Macker.
Yeah. Out of bounds, Bedford pushing it up with Bree.
Surprised not to see Trinity in any sort of pressure here, sticking with the half-court man, maybe to control the tempo of the game. Allie Glennon from a shot with the corner.
Glennon misses.
Jump ball, Trinity
Haley
ball.
Driscoll ties her up, possession arrow Trinity. Boy, she is quick.
Yeah.
They're both quick, as a matter of fact.
Well, it's interesting because you coming from Bedford, you just know and hear about, and it's true. Bree Purcell is so fast.
Look how quick that is. She almost got the turnover.
It's going to be interesting to watch the two of them run up and down the floor.
Nice.
Danielle Mackey with another shot.
Nice up fake.
Rebound by Haley Driscoll. Trinity's also sticking into man-to-man defense. Looks like they have an advantage in the post. Rachel Collins feeds the ball to Mackenzie Brown, out to Allie Glennon for a shot on the wing.
Nice move inside.
Yeah.
Look it up. Brown's wide awake. Oh, okay. Brown had a step. Close it up. Trinity close it up. Jump ball. One of the things I talked to Coach Couchane before the game, and what he didn't want to have happen is what happened in the first game, where Bedford ran off to a quick start. Right now, Bedford's up 5-0, so he's hopefully to turn this tide around.
Inbound to Glennon. Back to Collins for a jump shot from the free throw line. Good box
Over the
out.
back. That's a foul.
That's a nice box out by Danielle Mackey there.
That's Brown. That's the one thing about Bedford is that if they get into foul trouble, I haven't seen them play in foul trouble yet this year, so they're going to have to be careful. That's 2 quick fouls on Bedford.
You can see here, I mean, there's not much Bedford can do to stop Amanda Torres. She's dribbling through 3 Bedford defenders.
Wow, unbelievable.
Goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Drew another foul. Sue's trying to 14, Haley Driscoll.
So that's already, 2 minutes into this quarter. We've got Bedford already has 3 fouls. No, that's what Amanda Torres does so well. She averages probably 18 points a game, and I would say 16 or 15 of them always come from the free throw line.
Well, I've always said you win and lose basketball games at the free throw line, and it's so true. If they can get Bedford in foul trouble, get into that 1-on-1 or 2-point bonus, they're going to put points on the board. I mean, that's the one way they can score against this Bedford team.
I think it also slows the tempo down a little bit, which is good.
First points for Trinity, 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Bedford 5-2.
First time we've seen Trinity in a full court pressure. Bree Purcell handles it pretty easily. Nice pass. Haley Driscoll on the layup with a feed from Brown from the wing.
7-2 Bedford, 5:19 to go. Torres drives again.
To Mackey on the corner.
That was a nice layup. Just missed it.
Rebound by Allie Glennon here. I mean, if you notice on this Bedford team, anybody can bring up the basketball. That creates that fast tempo that has been
Brown
pretty
outside
lethal for
misses.
them.
Collins, layup, got it. (9-2) Bedford. That's a walk.
Let's get a substitution here. Elizabeth Gravelin for Trinity's coming in for Danielle Mackey.
Nice give and go.
Little defensive switch by Trinity created a nice scoring opportunity there for Mackenzie Brown. Good box out by Hope Willard.
That's Hill in the
It's going to
drive.
be another foul.
Another foul.
It's going to be Collins' second, I think.
So that's 2 now on Rachel and 14 fouls.
These foul shots keep Trinity in the game right now. We've got Nicole Tucci coming in for Bedford for Rachel Collins.
Ashley Hill going for a second free throw. Missed it.
Rebound by Driscoll. Trinity sticking with the man-to-man. Nice feed from Tucci to Driscoll on the wing, who finds Mackenzie Brown there. Purcell with the kick out. Tucci with the pull-up jumper. Rebound by Brown, foul by Torres.
Torres picks up her first. Second team foul for Trinity. Brown to shoot 2. All of Trinity's points have been from the charity stripe. Misses 9-3. 4 minutes to go, first quarter.
Lizzie Meaden returning for Ashley Hill for Trinity. They could get Lizzie Meaden streaking some threes on the outside. Trinity could get back in this game pretty quickly. Got Gabby Hunter coming in for Mackenzie Brown for Bedford.
Gabby Hunter, I like how she plays. She's very tenacious. She's not afraid to go to the basket, offensively or defensively. Just an all-around great athlete. And of course, they got Gabby on Torres. Kicks it out.
Elizabeth Grablin misses from the wing. Another rebound for Allie Glennon here. Good to see Bedford in the half-court set. You can see Tucci looking inside, but decides to go with a pull-up jump shot. Rebound by Driscoll. Allie Glennon on the drive.
Nice
Looks like
drive.
there might have been a little contact, but that's a good finish. She's just real athletic. She's going to play next year at St. A's. She'll fit in well in Division II. That's a big conference. But she's got the athleticism to do it, and the good height and good length.
Yeah, Northeast 10, great conference. Good athlete, good kid, staying local. Like to see that.
Absolutely. Good defense there by Bedford. No foul on the drive. You can see how unselfish they are. In any given play, anybody touches the basketball. Travel on that play.
Yeah, and once again, Hunter goes to the basket. Her instincts is offensive when she's down that low. She's going to go to the basket every single time. This time she got caught for traveling. Trinity calls for their first timeout. It's a 30-second timeout with 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Well, Coach Coshane talked about the bad start he got. Cushane, excuse me, the bad start he got in the first time they played Bedford. Bedford going out to a 17-3 lead in the first game. Bedford now is a 12-3 lead, so it's almost deja vu. What's the coach have to do to stop this Bedford club?
I think Trinity needs to slow down a little on the offensive end. I think they're coming down and breaking the pressure and then forcing shots, and they're only getting one opportunity because Bedford does such a great job of boxing out. I think if they slow down, try to get in their half-court set, they have some really good half-court offensive plays against man-to-man. So we got Torres bring the ball up again, looking to drive. Little kick out here. Hope Willard for 3. Hits the 3 on the wing.
And that was
Hope Willard. Trinity must average about 6 to 8 threes a game, so they could get that rolling.
Well, you hit your threes, you open it up underneath, and if they can hit those threes, they're going to bring Bedford out, maybe switch it up.
Nice kick out from Hunter to Tucci on the wing. Working a good inside-out game right there. Tucci attacks, makes the basket.
14-6, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
You just see Torres turn the corner on that. That's a good drive by Torres, missed layup. Good rebound by Tucci.
Didn't get the love, that didn't fall, that should have went. Sue's asking her players to pick up the tempo.
You can tell their game plan really is to look inside, but so far it's created some good outside shots. They just haven't converted.
Brown, Purcell checking back in.
Got Arian Colden checking in for Trinity for Torres. We'll see how the press breaking changes now that Torres is out of the game. This is Lizzie Meehan bringing up the ball for Trinity. She's their senior starter. Really good team leader. Talk about team leadership and captain. She, I think, is the definition of it.
Yeah, got to walk.
So you're going to see a lot with a 3-man refereeing staff. You're going to see a lot more of those calls, those travels, those nitpicky. You'll see some 3 seconds, maybe a charge here and there, because they're watching, a third of the court instead of half.
Yeah. So is that fair to the players? All of a sudden they're in the playoffs and they got to deal with another official?
I don't know. I think it favors teams who have depth, because teams who don't, if they get in foul trouble because of it. Because see, Trinity's pressure here is thwarting some of these Bedford runs. They just can't convert on the offensive end.
Timeout. Sue just called a timeout. The other thing Bedford's doing, they're limiting Trinity just to one shot offensively. They aren't getting any of the boards. Bedford's definitely controlling those boards.
So I think maybe you run a little half-court offense, you get some of those defensive players out of position, and then maybe you're able to get some offensive rebounds. Looks like we got Torres checking back in here for Trinity. That didn't last long.
Well, you're not going to keep a player of Torres' caliber out of this game for long. She's the heart and soul of the offense. She has to match up with the speed that Bedford has, and so you give her a break for 30 seconds, get her right back in.
Looks like we might see a little Trinity zone 1-2-2.
Trinity's mixing it up. They're trying different defenses to see if they can catch or keep Bedford off balance. But they're going down low, kicks it out. Three. In and out.
Nice rebound by Hunter. See her get up for that. Oh.
They're called for traveling.
I think they're going to try to keep Trinity shooting on the outside and then just hope that they can rebound. Got 38 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 14-6.
It's a foul. Got away with one.
Got Trinity moving the ball well.
Oh, she got fouled.
Three-pointer by Ashley Hill doesn't go.
18 seconds.
Yeah, right here might be where you want to see Bedford slow down, get one last shot for the end of this quarter.
I thought Trinity was going to do that.
Purcell on the drive, no call there.
Good non-call. In the air, sort of out of control. Bedford retains possession. 5 seconds.
Into Hunter.
There she goes
on
right to the basket.
Nice take. And good. Gets her own rebound.
Well, it's not as bad as the first time they played. End of the first quarter, Bedford 14-6. Trinity's not getting second shots on the offensive side. Bedford's missed a couple shots down low. What did you see in the first half that either Trinity has to improve on or Bedford has to improve on, Coach?
I think Trinity needs to slow down once they break the pressure. I think they're forcing a quick shot, and they just haven't converted. I think if they slow down the basketball a little bit, try to get Bedford out of position, maybe they can grab a couple offensive rebounds. I think Bedford overall did a really good job. I think that they can continue to work that ball inside out. Their shots are going to start to fall. And it looks like they're trying to get the ball in the post, but then they're kicking it for those outside shots.
Well, from the scoring point of view, once again, Bedford, multiple players on the board. Purcell, 3 points. Glennon actually leading with 4. Purcell, 3. Driscoll, Collins, and Tucci with 2. And Mackenzie Brown with 1 on a free throw.
That might be why we see Trinity switching in between man-to-man and zone, because when they put in some of their players off the bench, it's just not the right matchups to stay in man-to-man.
On the other side, Trinity, Willard with that three-pointer, the leading scorer with 3. Torres with 2 on 2 free throws, and Hill on 1 free throw has 1 point. So that accounts for the 6 points for Trinity. Just starting the second quarter, Trinity with the possession.
I like this call by Trinity. I don't know if this is purposeful, but they're not inbounding the ball to Torres. They're having her on the wing, because then she can create some more offense for herself after takes the pressure off bringing the ball up. She's really their main offensive threat. Kicking it to Ashley Hill here. Lizzie Meehan on the wing. Little driving kick. Arian Colding with the shot from the corner. Doesn't go.
Once
Bedford's
again,
out and running.
Bedford holds them to 1 shot.
Feed from Tucci into Purcell. Kicks to Glennon for the 3. She hits it. That's a good find right there by Mackenzie Brown. She could have taken that shot, but by finding Allie Glennon, she gets more of an open look, and probably that's why she converted it.
Very unselfish, gave it up, and got 3 points.
There's Hope Willard.
Who was that to hit that for?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Ashley Hill on the wing for Trinity.
Willard?
No, it was Ashley Hill.
Hill.
She can do that. Quick release. Looks almost effortless. Good Tucci there. Good little dribble move, a little pull-up jump shot. Told you those shots were going to start to fall. Bedford sticking with its man-to-man.
10-point lead, 19-9, 6:38 to go till halftime.
Look at them pack it in and stop Torres' drive. Kicks
Yeah.
it to Colden on the wing. That's a three-pointer by Colden. She's a freshman, but she can play. I got to coach against her a little bit in the offseason. She's got a good shot, good sense of the game.
Who was that to hit that?
Ariane Colden, number 22. Nice inside-out pass. Driscoll with the layup. There you go. You see Mackenzie Brown make those. That court vision she has is great. Could be because of her height, but she just gets there. So we got a foul on Mackenzie Brown. Coach Thomas not really agreeing with the call on that. I think that's a hard call. I think when you have size, referees just call every little thing. Your hands might be straight up, but then they find something to pick apart. Got Torres shooting 2 from the line here. Got Gabby Hunter and Caroline Conrad checking back in. Is that 2 fouls on Brown?
Brown has 2, yeah. 5 team fouls.
Got Torres shooting her second shot.
Got it.
Another miss. Another make.
4 for 4 at the line tonight.
Look to see her get 14 to 16 free throws this game and convert on most of them. So Trinity sticking with that.
It's a 3.
Man. Out of bounds. Trinity ball.
Courtney O'Connell, the freshman, the sophomore, steps in. Sue's not afraid to go deep into her bench.
She's got to give Driscoll a blow, and with 2 fouls on Mackenzie Brown, they have to look for other help.
Another foul on Bedford. What do we got? 1-2.
That particular ref in general seems to be calling it tight.
Well, as long as they call it both ways, I don't care. It's just when they call it the first half one way and the second half another way, I got a problem with that.
What's hard about basketball is that they don't usually switch positions, at least not for the first half. So with a 3-man refereeing crew, he's going to be watching that middle of the floor and Bedford on the defensive end. And this other woman on the side here, she'll be watching Trinity on the defensive end. So it's hard to stay consistent when you're not really watching different things from different teams. Kick to Torres. She's got a shot fake, drive to the basket.
Loves to drive. Oh, we got Bree on another foul.
I mean, this is what she does all day long, and she gets the call.
They're in bonus now.
Who was that foul on?
Bree, her second. Bree Purcell. Torres at the line. Sue's talking to the coach, trying to get some, trying to maybe get a call or 2 down the road. Misses the first one.
They do switch positions on free throws, so we'll see a little movement here. We got Hope Willard checking back in for Trinity. She's also an outside threat. They've got 3 or 4 strong outside shooters on the floor right now for Trinity. Torres, she convert on both those?
Just one.
Missed the first one.
5 for 6 from the line.
Trinity looks like they're in a little extended 2-2-1 half-court pressure.
Nice give and go. She dragged her foot. Yep.
Yeah. That could be a little inexperience there.
Yeah.
Got Nikki Tucci checking in for Rachel Collins. A lot of substitutions for Bedford. Looks like we're going to a half-court zone.
Sue's mixing it up.
Bedford does run the zone pretty well. If they can get outside on Trinity's outside shooters, this could help. Keep them out of foul trouble, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a good adjustment. I like the call.
Oh boy, that's a tough call. That is a tough call.
I think she has good position, but you know,
McKay draws that one.
Glennon did a good job of creating some contact on that. If the Trinity player moves like that, it is a foul on Trinity, so it's the right call.
I only saw her move when Glennon ran into her. So
unless she falls, they're not going to give the offensive foul on that. The offensive player has right to the position. Yeah. Nice
Misses
rebound there by Hope Willard.
22-15, 4:50 to go till half.
Bedford really needs to stop on this possession. I think they're trying to stop the Torres drive with this zone. Let's see if this works. Good ball movement by Trinity. Staying calm. This is where not having a shot clock in girls basketball in New Hampshire.
Are you in favor of that?
Drive by Lizzie Meehan.
Hunter, big rebound.
For the most part, I don't think it's necessary, but occasionally you get a coach who will drive by Gabby Hunter there. He'll just stall, and then it's kind of defeats the purpose of the game. That was a key basket by Gabby Hunter. Takes a potential 5-point to a 9-point change.
Not only did she get the basket, but she got the rebound on the other end.
Given some good minutes for Bedford with Brown's foul trouble. That's good quick ball movement by Trinity. If they can find one more on that weak side.
There it is.
Lizzie Meehan for 3. Good rebound there by Courtney O'Connell.
Good defense on the floor. Quick call, quick jump ball.
I like to see the hustle by everybody, getting on the floor, not being afraid to.
At one point, I thought the Bedford girls were hustling more than the Bedford boys in the beginning of the season on the spots, getting on the floor and getting dirty and rolling around. But the Bedford boys rolled 11 straight at the end of the season. Did a great job. Finished up 12-7.
Before the game, when you were asking me about the fans, for a while there, I thought more fans were going to the girls' games than the boys' games here at Bedford. Coach Fitzpatrick, though, what a good guy. I've known him for a long time.
Well, Fitzy and Keefe, I didn't realize they were. First of all, they're cousins, and there's a lot of history there, being an assistant, and him going to Memorial and then ending up over here. We're lucky to get a player like that. That's backcourt. So Bedford's lucky to get a guy like
Absolutely.
Fitzy.
He's just been around the game, around Division I basketball for a long time. And he's a good guy. It's good to have a good coach who's also a good guy.
Yeah. Down low.
Nice step over by Hope Willard, but Coach Thomas is looking for the even call on that.
Sue likes working the officials. Not so much as Coach Keefe from Trinity. Boy, he worked him yesterday.
That was Robers with the miss in the corner.
A jump ball going back the other way. How much do you work the officials, Coach, on the sidelines? Does it help? Does it hurt? What's the philosophy there?
I think it's hard. I think I took the refereeing course last fall, and there's a lot more to the game than you know. I think every coach should have to take it because it just gives you an appreciation for it. I try to pick my times to talk to the officials, but little calls like fouls and things like that, I think it's wasted energy. I think it is what it is. You just got to pick your time.
That looked a little ticky-tack with Torres reaching in like that. I don't like to seeing it called that tight.
I agree with you. As long as it's even, I'm okay with whatever the call goes, however the call is.
Fourth team foul this half for Trinity. Bedford's already have 7, so Trinity's in the bonus.
Got Conrad on the drive. Nice rebound by
Hunter. Look at Hunter.
And
oh, boy.
She's got to have 3 or 4 offensive rebounds. And there we go again. That's going to be another foul on Bedford.
What do we got?
Over the back.
Conrad, her first, but that's the 8th team foul for Bedford. No, 4.
Trinity's going to be shooting 1-1.
Yeah.
This could be a really important factor at the end of this half.
Oh, no question. Yeah, because they'll go in double bonus the next 2 fouls.
Lizzie Meehan makes the first. Gosh, I think I've seen one missed free throw by Trinity.
You're correct. And that was Amanda Torres. That's a second miss.
I think I jinxed him on that one. Another rebound by Hunter. Gosh, if we were keeping track, her rebounds are just...
24-16, 2 minutes to go until halftime.
I like the kick out. Tucci's good from that spot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice touch.
You know, she doesn't have to score a lot, but she can if she needs to.
Bedford pushes it to a 10-point lead. Trinity trying to cut that now.
They're really working well through the zone. They just can't convert. We got a rebound by Roberge and the putback. That's another freshman on Trinity's side. She's a good shooter. She can play.
Well, Couchane said that this is a young team and they got nothing but a good future ahead of them because they got some good players out on the floor right now.
Absolutely. Tucci with 3. Missed. Tipped out of bounds here by Trinity.
That's going to stay here.
For Bedford, we're going to have freshman Maddie Blake subbing in for Allie Glennon. Love Maddie. Maddie's a player for mine in the offseason on my AAU team. Great kid. Just started playing basketball about a year and a half ago and started playing varsity basketball as a freshman.
Nice. Love to hear those stories.
Phenomenal athlete.
Well, it gives these girls that haven't been caught up in these AAU programs or travel programs that once they get to high school, there is an opportunity for them to play, and everything changes once you get to high school.
She has what I call the it factor. Just, you know, there's a rare time that you come across as a coach, an athlete who just has the athleticism, the brain, and the drive to be successful, and she has it all. So we'll see her in the future for Bedford just being a huge impact player. We got Colden on the corner. Another almost rebound by Hunter there, but Driscoll picks it up. Got a 2-on-1 break here. Tucci decides to pull it up. A Hunter offensive
Another
board.
rebound. That's probably her 5th or 6th rebound.
We got moving the ball around the wing a little bit here. Got Conrad for 3 in the corner.
Big arcing attempt for 3, just misses.
Offensive rebound by Driscoll. It's going to be a foul on Trinity. That might be Lizzie Meehan's 2nd or 3rd.
Who was that on?
Shannon Roberge. I didn't see that. 23.
Got it. 5 team fouls for Bedford. 46 seconds ago. Is not going to play a bigger factor than we thought.
We've got Amanda Torres coming out here, probably because Trinity's on the defensive end and she has 2 fouls. Conrad, another shot, no good. Tipped there by Meehan. That's a good rebound. Way to get up for that. She didn't have the good box out position, but she was able to still create that for herself. Shot there.
Hunter, another rebound.
I think we said Hunter rebound about 14 times already.
She's controlled the boards offensively and defensively.
And there's a nice shot. And another rebound by Lizzie Meehan. We got 12 seconds here to score. Let's see if Courtney uses the timeout or they just push it.
He's going to push it.
Colden, good look across court. That's Roborge. Almost converts on that. Wow, you see Driscoll's physicality. She just goes up there and reaches. That's a senior against a freshman right there. I'm not surprised she came up with that rebound.
26-18. Bedford with the lead. Halftime here at the Dog Pound. Trinity's hanging around, Coach. I mean, that's one thing you don't want to have a team that's 7 seed hang around at any time in a basketball game, in particular in the playoffs. Quarterfinal round, win, you go home. A win, you move on, lose, you go home. And Trinity's hanging around this undefeated Bedford team.
I think what's going to be interesting with Bedford's foul trouble, they're going to have different combinations of kids on the floor, and although they're all very talented kids, they're not all used to playing this many minutes and playing together. So that might be a factor here in the second half.
From a scoring point of view, Tucci had 4 that quarter for 6 total. Hunter had 2. Brown had 2. Glennon had 4. And on the Trinity side, we had Hill with 3, Torres with 3. Pronounce that for me, please. Ariane, 3, and Roberge with 2. So what does Trinity have to do coming out in the second half? What's Bedford got to do, Coach?
I think Trinity needs to continue to try to make these stops on the defensive end. I mean, I think Bedford's got to be averaging well over 50 or 60 points a game, and to hold them to 26 points in this first half is a good position, I think, for them defensively. I think offensively, continue to work the ball to get more open looks. They're very good shooters, but with this Bedford pressure, it's hard to create open looks for them. But if they do, then they're going to get some of these shots to fall. I think Bedford needs to, I like that zone. I like that we saw that zone. I think it's going to keep them out of foul trouble, and then I think they'll be able to go back with their regular group in the midway through the third and the end of the fourth.
Well, foul trouble is the key word. On the Trinity side, there's really nobody in foul trouble. You got Torres with two other players, Roberge with one, and Willard with one. On the Bedford side, Bree Purcell has 2, Collins has 2, Brown has 2, and then 1 for Conrad and 1 for Driscoll. So 18 fouls. Bedford has to cut down on those fouls. If Purcell or Brown or even Collins pick up quick fouls in the second half, that dynamic changes. When that happens as a coach, do you leave them in if they pick up the quick foul? Do you pull them out and put them in later? What's the philosophy you like to go with?
I think they're not going to start this half. I think Tucci's been playing well off the bench. I think she's probably going to stay in for Collins. I think she's going to wait and hold and rely on those seniors more towards the end of the game rather than start this third quarter taking the risk. So I think it takes that factor out of the game.
Well, I'm here with Coach Cheetham from Merrimack High School and Bedford fame. I'm Mike Robinson here with a CastleHill Media production. This is the Home Run Pizza halftime report. We'll be back for the start of the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Absolutely.
Are back. 26-18, second half. The season's going to continue for one of these teams, and it's going to end for one of these teams. Second half basketballs in tournament times can be the most fun basketball playing.
Absolutely. You know, I checked in with our stat tracker over there, Bill Conrad, and he filled me in that Gabby Hunter, in fact, has 8 rebounds, 4 offensive, 4 defensive, and that's more than Trinity has as a team. So that's a pretty fantastic and impressive statistic.
That's a great stat. Leading scorer is obviously Torres with 5, Hill for 4. Bedford leading scorer is Glennon with 8. Tucci followed by 6. Here we go.
So I was incorrect about the starters for Bedford here. She did go with Collins and Brown. Let's hope that they don't get a foul early. Be a difference maker.
Trying to work on Brown now.
Got a rebound by Allie Glennon, bringing the ball up the floor. Got a corner shot by Collins, another rebound by Glennon.
Wow, nice move.
Got a box out there. That's got a size disadvantage for Hill, but Torres weaving in,
great
gives it up
pass
there.
underneath.
It's a nice pass. It's number 30, Danielle Mackay, from a great feed by Torres. That's what you can do when you can drive that well.
Trinity pulls it within 6.
Driscoll, air ball. That looked like it might have been off Brown. Nope, it's going to be a Bedford ball underneath. Sue's hoping for the hold on that.
Sue works the officials, and she's looking for a call, and that could be a call she's looking for down the road, so who knows?
You know, it's hard. The Bulldogs outsize Trinity significantly, so on those offensive boards by Driscoll or Brown, when they got 4 or 5 inches, they're just not going to get that hold call.
Nice give and go.
That's where experience comes in. I don't even think Brown saw her target on that one, but she just knows where she is on the floor and is able to put it back.
McKay picks up a foul, sending Brown to the line. Chance to put one more up. Misses.
We got Lizzie Meehan kicking it to Torres here. We got Bedford back in that 2-1-2, trying to keep those foul troubles limited. I thought they did a good job of stopping the offense by going to this defense. But there you go, Torres again driving on that baseline, kicks it to Willard, who misses the shot. I think Torres can go up with that right there. She's playing very unselfish. It's nice to see, but I think Trinity might need her to score that.
This is tournament time. You need points on the board.
Absolutely.
You're down 8 to undefeated Bedford. You got to put it up, and I totally agree. You're that close to the rim, put it up.
I think that's the size factor of Mackenzie Brown comes into play. I think it's intimidation. She just beat her, but she doesn't know where she is behind her. Those long arms going to come and block her shot. Yeah, that's a good putback there by Driscoll.
That's going to be on 30, I believe.
She just picked up 2 quick fouls there by number 30.
Yeah, that's her third, actually, so that's going to be a concern. Driscoll at the line for chance to add 2 more. Hits the first.
Got it. Colden checking back in for Trinity.
Hits the second.
You know, right now Trinity on the floor has 1 senior, 2 sophomores, a junior, and a freshman. That's a young team right there.
Yeah, that's the future of Trinity basketball, and it looks pretty good. It's a good club.
They look confident. They look prepared.
Well coached.
I like Trinity's patience right now. Try to get a good shot. This is a key offensive possession right here. That's a good hesitation. You got a timeout.
Oh boy! Sometimes you outthink yourself. His player was driving to the hoop, threw up a nice nifty basket. Would have counted, but Couchane called timeout. So.
You know, that's a tough play as a coach. They're not really getting any looks. They're moving the ball around well, but they're not getting any looks they want. I agree with the timeout call. It's tough that happens, but you never know. He called it well before she let go of the basketball. I've done that before, right when my players hit a 3.
Well, Bedford with a 10-point lead, 5:34 to go in the third quarter. Trinity, they need to put points on the board, so obviously they're going to go to their Torres, their go-to person. Besides Torres, who else do you see from the Trinity side that can put it up?
I think Lizzie Meehan. I mean, we played against her last week. I think she had 25 points against us. I'm not sure she has a basket this game.
She's got one free throw. Yeah, 1 point.
They have 4 pretty good outside shooters on the floor, and Torres is not so bad on the outside herself. So.
Well, Hills hit a 3, and Ernans hit a 3, and other than that, no production coming from the Trinity side.
Free throws and 3-pointers. That's girls basketball, though. You can hit those, you can win a lot of basketball games. See what they come up with us out of this timeout. Looks like a little overload to Colden in the corner. She hits rim. Look at Brown running the floor right there. Pulls up, kicks it to Glennon. On the drive, finds
back to Brown, wide open.
They just know where each other are. In my opinion, that's what makes Mackenzie Brown so good. She can hit that 8-10-foot jump shot, but she can also play inside and has some good post moves, finishing well.
Bedford opened up a 12-point lead. Trinity trying to chip away at it.
We got Bedford back in man-to-man. We got Torres immediately driving, creates
boy.
contact, no call. I think Sue wanted an offensive call, but she should be happy right now that there was a no call.
Yeah.
Good job getting back on defense by Colden to tie that up. Trinity really needs to score on this possession. Got the overload. I like Torres in the corner of this overload. Get that baseline drive.
Well, she did that before and then gave up to an outside shot. So they know they can drive on Bedford. Big deep 3. Misses.
That's Willard. Nice feed.
Wide
open.
Oh, it misses. Oh, wow. I don't know who saw that. The guy over here at the better view, and I don't know why the guy called it, but 22, first foul. I don't know. Sometimes these 3-man officials just, I'm not sure they're getting the right look. Driscoll hits another free throw. 33-20 Bedford, 4 minutes to go, second quarter.
We've got Elizabeth Gravline checking in here for Trinity and Shannon Roberge. Freshman for freshman, sophomore for sophomore.
Look at Glennon with the rebound.
Kicks it. This is going to be finding open shots right here. Nice drive by Purcell to her left hand, which is her strong hand. Collins on a rebound. Gosh, there's just a lid on the basket right now with these putbacks. Nice job by Lizzie Meehan.
Look at Torres.
That's a great crossover dribble, but
oh, she got away with a foul there.
Trinity gets their hands on a lot of basketballs. A lot of basketballs.
Very active.
That bottom line of that zone by Bedford is just so long. There's Lizzie Meehan from the outside. Just a little over.
Oh, great hustle.
Ashley Hill
Nice
finds
pass.
Torres. Torres just can't get in a flow today.
Bree got away with one.
Oh my goodness.
Trinity with a couple of layups, can't convert. Drives a coach crazy.
That's tough.
And then what's even tougher, Bedford comes right down and gets a rebound.
We had a playoff game the other night against BG, and in the first quarter alone, I think we missed 5 or 8 layups, and there's a 16-point differential right there. That in the first quarter is just huge. You miss that many layups, you just get defeated.
Driscoll hits another free throw. 4 for 5 so far in this quarter on free throws. Collins comes out. 14-point lead for Bedford, 3 minutes to go till halftime.
I mean, I think Trinity's getting the looks they want on the offensive end. They're just not converting. Huge free throws there by Driscoll. We've got Gabby Hunter and Nicole Tucci checking back in the game for Bedford, both who provided a little spark in the first and second quarter.
This is a possession where Trinity has to do something.
They run a lot of picks on the wing, which makes it hard to defend, but...
Bounce pass picked off by Bree. Comes the other way. She'll take it. Oh, gives it up to Brown.
That's powerful right there.
Unselfish play. Brown converts 2.
You know, that missed layup took a 11-point, could have been an 11-point deficit and brought it to a 17-point deficit pretty quickly.
Yeah, this was a 6-point game not too long ago, and all of a sudden now we're up to 17. So.
But that's what Bedford does, you know, in the blink of an eye, they can score 5, 6, 7 points in just a couple of seconds.
And you don't expect Coach Thomas to let up. She's going to try and put the pedal right down. And
absolutely, this game doesn't feel as close. I mean, it doesn't.
It really
feel
doesn't.
As,
the score indicates that doesn't feel like a 17-point game.
I'd like to see this Dawg House crowd over here get into it a little more.
Yeah, you know, they were very vocal last night at the boys' game. I mean, real vocal.
They're a little overtired. It's only 24
maybe
hours
they might
later.
be tired, but I agree. And but it's a good crowd. It's a good turnout for the Dog Pound and the Trinity fans that showed up.
Got Lizzie Meehan.
Deep 3,
little
misses.
Long there.
Blocked by Brown.
Kicks to Torres. He'll try to drive again. Look at her just slash right through everybody.
Now that's like the 3rd layup that Trinity's missed, and Bedford's coming down to convert if they can. Points on turnover, missed shots. That kills a team.
Look at Brown. She can just see the whole floor right now. That's travel. Yeah, that's tough. You want to see a nice handout play like that, but it's hard to execute without traveling, especially with a 3-man ref crew.
Credit Shannon Roberge on that. She was all over. And number 30 also, Danielle McKay. Great defense.
Another drive by
That's a
Torres.
foul. That's good.
And
that on the block. That's going to be good.
It's on Glennon.
That's her first team foul for Bedford. So Trinity's starting off in foul trouble, and Bedford just drew their first one.
Should be a 37-22 there. There we go. Just not Torres' night. She is a very, very talented player, but she normally probably goes 100% from the free throw line, makes a lot of those layups.
Look at Bree. Beautiful runner. 39-22, still 17 points. Minute 30 to go in the 3rd quarter.
You watch this zone by Bedford. I mean, I can't imagine what it looks like from Torres' perspective. She's driving in there. Everybody's kind of closing down. She really has no clear vision of the basket when she's shooting those layups. It's all on instinct.
Yeah, and she's driving into the land of the Giants.
Yeah, absolutely. Got looking back to Torres, another drive,
Look at this.
Through. That's a good
Hunter.
help
Hunter,
defense.
great help on Hunter. Got a hand on the ball. Turnover.
That's where athleticism meets athleticism right there. I like that curl cut by Hunter. Just can't convert those layups.
I think she got a foul trying to grab the ball. Yeah. First foul on Gabby.
That's a hard
Second
call.
team foul.
She's just hustling for that
Well,
basketball.
it's instinct, though. You went up for the basket, you missed what could have been an easy shot, and you want to get it as a player, and 9 times out of 10 you commit a foul, and that's what happened. Under a minute to play.
Got Colden on the wing trying to drive. Lizzie Meehan, a little attack. Looked like that might have been a reach-in right there, but there's a good, it's no call. Nice swing.
Good ball movement.
Here we go, Glennon from the top.
Misses
That's
it.
a good
Look
pick
at
off by
Torres.
Torres.
Picks the pocket. She's going right in.
Look at that speed. She's got to hit that, though. She's got to convert that.
It's probably
Find
her 5th
target.
layup she's missed.
Coach Thomas trying to call a timeout there.
She did.
It actually played in her favor. The ref didn't hear it till the ball got over half court because now she gets the ball in a different location. Can run a little sideline play. It doesn't look like that they really need that at this point, but it's always an advantage to get the ball over half court.
So if it's prior to half court, you're getting the ball where the whistle was blown, and after that, you're getting it where?
No, actually, if it's before half court, you're getting it underneath the basket.
Underneath the basket.
If it's after half court, if it's above the free throw line, you're getting it on the wing. If it's below the free throw line, you're getting it out of bounds.
Big advantage for a coach.
I think when you call a timeout in the front court like that, Trinity can go full court pressure. That there's always a little different look out of that. You don't love to do that.
Well, we're going to set the event here. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bedford with a 17-point lead, 39-22. And as you had said before, it does not feel like a 17-point lead. Trinity's missed at least 5 or 6 layups that could have been a difference in this game.
Absolutely. You'll see them never give up, though. That team's got a lot of fight, a lot of heart, a lot of athleticism.
Well, I love this team because it's such a young team and something to look forward to over the next couple of years. They threw that away.
Coach Corshane's done a great job of just motivating his kids. You can tell, I mean, they're talented, don't get me wrong, but they play way better than they necessarily are. A lot of heart.
Yeah, Trinity just lost. That's clock management. Well, 3 quarters complete. Bedford with a 17-point, 39-22 lead. 8 minutes to go until this game is in the books. 17 points, pretty tough to overcome that against a Bedford squad.
Absolutely. I mean, I like this decision to go zone on a make. They only gave up 4 points to Trinity in that quarter. I mean, Trinity got some good looks, but I think we're saying that they're missing layups, but really I think there's some credit to some of the Bedford defense. They're getting those hands up, and that makes it hard to make layups, regardless of if they're open or not.
Yeah, Trinity only scored 4 points in that quarter.
It was right in the beginning, too. I mean, they scored a quick bucket to start the half, but just couldn't get it going after that.
Bree had 2 in that quarter, but the big story that I say, as we talked about it before the game, is free throws, was Haley Driscoll, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 6 on the free throw line. Chipped in 5 points. Mackenzie Brown had 6. And so Bedford 11, 13 points in that quarter.
Notice in that, too, only 2 fouls by Bedford in that third quarter. That's huge for them after having some bonus early for Trinity in that first half.
Okay, so here we go. Fourth quarter begins.
Nice backdoor cut by Collins. Don't find her. Really making Trinity work on the defensive end.
Now we got a foul down low. Looks like it's number 33.
That's just
Willard.
Driscoll getting good position on the block. Entry pass comes. Willard just can't get around.
5 team fouls in the second half for Trinity, 2 for Bedford. Collins open
That's
shot.
a good play right there. You see, everybody in the gym thought that Glennon was going to get the ball, but they find Collins for an open shot on the wing.
And she's not afraid to take it. None of these girls are afraid to shoot the ball.
Absolutely not. It's confidence.
Got a block. It's looks like it's going to be on 23.
I don't know about that. I think you just got to let him play a little bit.
Second on Glennon. Not a major concern. Trinity's going to have to put the ball in the hoop, though. This is critical for them to score in every possession. There's a nice pass.
And there we go, another layup. That's Danielle Mackey.
Love to know how many layups they've missed. They've missed at least 7 or 8 I've seen in the second half.
And they're going to get another opportunity.
And that's the difference in the game right now.
Absolutely.
Hunter comes out.
We got Driscoll going back in. Got Bedford starters staying on the floor here. Stick with what's been working.
Tucci ready to check in.
We got Shannon Robers, misses from 3 from the corner. Another good hustle, though, over there by Hope Willard, getting Trinity the ball back. I think it's for a quick bucket right here. Put a little pressure on. Tree sets a lot of screens. Got Torres on the drive again. That's a tough call. I think Haley clearly had. I've seen Driscoll take that charge time and again. I'm not sure why she didn't step in on that one.
Well, there's Torres again, throwing herself into the land of the Giants. Every time she gets the ball and she gets an opening, you know she's going in the middle. Absolutely, every time.
You'd like to say that's the fault of the defender for moving on that, but it's so hard. Torres is just so quick. She steps right around you. You almost have to move.
Misses another free throw. They can't afford to give up any points, but
I mean, I've seen Torres play numerous games, and her free throw shooting is usually well up above 90, 95%. So this is 2 misses already I've seen. She gets it together, though. Little pressure on the defensive end here. That's good. You got a sophomore there taking control of the ball and pulling the ball out when they didn't have a good look instead of a turnover.
Sue calls for a full timeout with 6:32 to go. Bedford 39-23. Trinity letting too much of the clock tick away without getting some points.
This is going to be tough to overcome this. I mean, it's almost double their scoring they've had for the game that they're going to try to do in 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah. Sue Thomas is too smart of a coach to let that happen. She'll make whatever changes she needs to make. She's been substituting freely. What an asset to have this many athletes to come off the bench. Usually you got 5 starters and maybe you got 1 or 2 coming off the bench. She has 5 starters and 6, 7, or 8 off the bench that could play and contribute.
You know, well, we know what I notice a lot about high school basketball, and a big difference is that there aren't necessarily on every team a bunch of strictly basketball players. A lot of athletes, a lot of kids who play multi-sports. But on this Bedford roster, 1 through 10 or 12, they just have basketball player after basketball player after basketball player, full year round. You know, all the time, just playing basketball. It's a good screen-to-screener play out of that timeout. Getting Mackenzie Brown. Got to give a little shout out to Coach Collins on that bench as well. He, student of the game, coached these guys for so long, and he just knows them very well, and he comes up with some of these offenses and defenses that they do, and it's just a really good asset to have somebody like that on your bench who just has a nose for the game and could probably be a head coach anywhere, but you know, he's here on this Bedford bench. It's huge.
The question's going to be, will he stay after this year?
Yeah, it's hard to know. Hard to know. Tucci with the pull-up.
And how about Sue Thomas? Not that I want to look ahead. Somebody with this much a resume, a great resume at this D1 level, Is there a college team or another team looking to bring her into the fold?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think she only started coaching high school basketball here at Bedford because it was Bedford. And I think there's a lot of time, a lot of energy. You have to deal with a lot as a coach. And I think she chooses to endure all that because it's here in her hometown. And you know, she coached me when I was in travel basketball back in the day in Bedford. And I just think, you know, she has passion for the school as well as the sport. So I think she'll be here, and she's just looking to coach here.
Yeah. Great point. And besides, what a great job.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Look at Bree on the floor. That's what I love about this kid. She presses, she gives 110%. She's on the floor, diving for balls, in-your-face defense.
I mean, we forget she's only a sophomore. She looks so calm, cool, and collected and confident out there. It's hard to remember that.
There she is on the floor again. Yeah, you're right, a sophomore. A couple more years. It's going to be fun.
Remember, she and Tucci are sophomores. We got Maddie Blake as a freshman. There we go, Torres making a foul, a layup. Everybody talks about this big senior class by Bedford, but you be ready. There's a bunch of freshmen and some sophomores who are also just very, very talented. We got Hunter coming back next year.
Yeah, great underclass staying here. And then, from what I understand, there's a 7th grade and an 8th grade program that's producing basketball players.
I have 3 of these Bedford freshmen on my AAU squad, and they're just great kids and fantastic basketball players. I mean, any of them would be on my varsity team over at Merrimack, but they're, you know, JV varsity swingers here at Bedford, so it tells you a difference right there.
Yeah, Bedford has a great rec youth basketball program. It's alive and well in Bedford.
I get a little jealous sometimes because we didn't have the CYO and as big of a travel program back when I was playing. I wish I could play 4, 5, 6 games a weekend like these kids do.
Trinity still scrapping, man to man. Yeah, we got a foul on Torres.
That's going to be her 3rd.
So fast. It's going to be a 3rd. Yep. 6-team foul.
Trinity could go on a little 7 or 8 point run. This could be a different ball game, but if they don't do it in the next 45 seconds to a minute, I think this is Bedford's got this one in the books. That's just good pressure by Torres. A little intimidation there by Collins. Willard makes the read on that. And Torres
nice
steps through
drive.
And layup. That's what they needed. That could help Torres get going a little bit. I think she was a little down after missing some of those shots. I like this. Bedford needs to settle down right now and get a good offensive play. Trinity's got to keep digging in. I like this number 30 here on Trinity battling with Mackenzie Brown on the post.
I'll tell you, that's a possession turnover on a jump ball. Trinity chipping away here. You got to think what would have happened if they made those 8 or 10 layups
it's
in
hard
that
not to think about
that third quarter.
I'm telling you though, they never lose. They never stop fighting. That's what's gotten them to this point. Kicking it for an open shot.
Back.
I've seen
3,
her hit that.
hits it.
There's that run I was talking about. See if Coach Thomas calls a timeout or lets this go. It's 11 points.
Still plenty of time. That's a foul.
That's just not a good foul there by Hope Willard. I mean, I know that Purcell had the advantage, but she's got to have confidence in her Trinity teammates to get back in.
Not only was it a bad foul, but it puts them in bonus now, and that's going to put Bree Purcell at the line, and she's a pretty good free throw shooter. Those reach-in fouls drive coaches crazy.
Absolutely. I call it the stuck in the mud foul, where your feet are stuck in the mud and you just decide that you're going to reach because you don't want to move your feet. Purcell hits that, not surprised.
Makes them pay. Puts it to a 12-point lead.
That's a key free throw right there. She hit this one. Those are very, very
well, now they're in bonus, so every time Trinity fouls, they're going to go to the line one way or the other. So you can't give Purcell a free throw like that. It's going to make you pay every time. Excellent free throw shooter. Look at the hands. Oh, she had the right idea, and she was looking for Collins streaking down the right-hand side. Just threw it too far.
As a coach, I'm okay with that. I like that you're trying to push the ball up the floor. It was a 2-on-1. You gotta go on that play. Does give the ball back to Trinity. See if Torres can make the adjustment coming off of that. She goes. She's got to continue to want the basketball here. Little drive and kick out. Nice bounce pass for these shooters. See if we can find them.
Threw it away. Not good.
That's Purcell's speed hopping in the passing lane there and creating a little bit of visual confusion for Lizzie Meehan on the wing.
If Trinity's going to get back into this game, they can't be throwing the ball away. Not down 13 with 3 minutes, 20 seconds to play. Great pass.
There you go, Driscoll going down.
Draws the foul. Went down hard.
She'll be all right. She's a tough kid.
It's on Hill, her first, but more importantly, it's the 8th team foul for Trinity. 2 more, and they're in double bonus. But we got Haley Driscoll at the line. Chance to add timeout.
Trinity,
full timeout.
I like this. I mean, Coach Corshane, let his team get a little flow, but then when Bedford came down here and gets a couple free throw opportunities, call a timeout, let your players rest a little bit and see if you can get another little quick run.
Now, Coach Corshane from Trinity, he's now down to his last full timeout. Advantage for having 1 versus 2 versus 3 at the end of the game. Obviously, the more you can get. Was it important for him to call this timeout right here?
I think
or
so.
to save it?
I think I was watching his players. They look a little tired. They need to just be able to have all the legs they can to continue to pressure and get some Bedford turnovers. I mean, you can't take the timeouts with you. So I personally usually save mine, but in this case, 13-point game, I think he takes it.
Okay. Well, 3 minutes, 16 seconds to go. Bedford with a 13-point lead. A Trinity club that's hanging around. Bedford beat them by 32 in the regular season, and now this is playoff time, so let's see what they can do with 3 minutes to go, or will Bedford put it away at the free throw line?
We'll see.
Driscoll to shoot 2.
She's a very good free throw shooter. She doesn't shoot a lot of outside jump shots, even though she can, but she can hit these free throws. Nice rotation. You talk about 5 players on the floor right now for Bedford, all of which could be, an all-state player and a starter at any team in the state.
Gets the roll, hits 2, very important. Her 7th free throw of this half.
Sticking with the 2-3 zone. Got Willard for 3. Looks like Bedford's going to try to go long on this. They do get the ball. They seem to get the ball in Purcell's hands pretty well against pressure.
A lot of pressure. Well, that was a tough foul. They almost had him for 10 seconds.
It's another one by Willard there.
Comes in. That's her 4th, 9th team foul. Coach is keeping her in. With the season on the line, you got to keep all your starters in, even with 4 fouls at this point.
Absolutely.
Three. Making them pay at the free throw line.
Absolutely. There's a statistic that was calculated in girls basketball that the first team to get 47 points typically wins the game. I think it's like 80 to 90% of the time the first team to score 47 wins. So we'll see if that statistic holds up tonight. Bedford just hit their 47.
Yeah, Trinity just turned it over with 2 minutes 37. It's going to be tough for them to come back 17. So we're going to go with that statistic and have Bedford come away with a win by scoring 47 plus points. How about 2 more?
That's a good finish right there.
That was Collins for 2.
She had the option to pass to Driscoll coming down the lane, but I like Collins' decision to shoot the righty layup rather than the lefty. Kick out here to Ashley Hill, usually a pretty good 3-point shooter. I think right now Bedford's got to play a little time and score. Let's slow down a little bit.
Oh, that's exactly what they're going to do. Up 19. They're going to make Trinity come out.
They might run at 1 speed here.
Well, if they see an opening down low like that, they're going to go for it. Collins for 2.
And look at that. I mean, Collins really hasn't gotten streaky all game, but then she just hits 4 consecutive points.
Well, she only had 2 points prior to those last 2 possessions, and now she's got 6. Great hustle.
Wow, that's a lot of strength on that
3
pass.
on 1. Brown, layup, 2 more. Somebody just punched their ticket to the semifinals.
Absolutely.
53-30. Bedford just went on like an 8-0 run. 1:36 to go. Bedford with a 23-point lead, and now it's time to put the subs in if you haven't played, I think, for Trinity, and with Bedford, I think all the subs have played, so that's not the indication now.
You know, Trinity was able to stop Bedford from going on a streak for the first, 30 minutes of this basketball game? But
yeah.
This score is not going to really reflect the
how close it really
story
was.
of this basketball game.
Yeah, because Trinity was within 5 or 6, 7 layups of being right in this game. It could have been a real nail biter at this point, but Bedford holding to their game plan. Great defense, points on turnovers, points on defense, hitting free throws when they need to hit free throws. This team is a well-coached, well-rounded club, and the starters are still out there for Bedford. They're still pressing. They aren't giving up. They want more points. They want to shut this Trinity team down and maybe make a statement for the semifinals.
Absolutely. I think they need to just play a little bit more in this tournament. In this game, it's another tournament game, and you can't even a minute and a half. You need all the experience you can get. That's an interesting call right there. Foul. Looked like she was pretty straight up on that, but you never know if they hit her with the hip. You can see everybody on the Bedford bench kind of just relax a little bit, let out that.
Graveline with a point. Nice. Now she's pulling some of her starters out.
Got a made free throw there by Trinity. Elizabeth Graveline, another sophomore.
53-32, under a minute. Trinity's still pressing. I like this squad. They're not giving up. Young squad. We're going to see them again next year and the year after. Here we got some wholesale changes now. We got some of the underclassmen coming in. Under a minute to go.
You know, right now on the floor for Trinity, I think Coach Korshane's is trying to get his younger kids some experience.
Yeah, they're coming in now.
We got
wholesale changes.
Letty Hibbard, Courtney O'Connell, Maddie Blake, and Savannah Hayes checking in here for Bedford. Looks like we're also going to have Gabby Hunter get a few more minutes, probably a few more rebounds. Now, this is the future of Bedford right here, but you're going to see kids who are just going to be able to continue to hold this lead. It's Elizabeth Graveline with the basket. She's going to get a free throw right here. Got Coach Thomas mentoring her young squad here, trying to help them learn for their future. Got Hayes bring the ball up. 26 seconds left to play. A 19-point lead here by Bedford. Feeds to Blake in the corner. Finds Hunter on the top. Kind of a no-look pass there, but good fight by O'Connell. Good feed by Hayes there to Hibbert in the post. Just not strong enough with the basketball, though, but seems to still fight it and find it out here. We got Blake on the corner, the give and go. She's going to shoot a couple free throws. I only know this because I coach her. This kid works on her free throws all the time. She knows it's not her strength, and she just does everything she can to make it one of her strengths. A little long on that one. Let's see if we can make the adjustment on the second one. Love to see her hit this and get in the scorebook. And there it is.
Yeah, 34, nice.
And that's going to do it. Bedford's headed to SNU for another year. Final score, 54 Bedford, 34 Trinity.
54-34, and you look. We're going to go with a timeout. We're going to have a timeout. We'll be right back. Well, we're back. Final score, Bedford by 20. A lot closer than the final score indicated, right up until that, really the second half when Trinity was missing all those layups.
Once you saw Bedford go on that run, you saw kind of everybody's nerves kind of just take a little back seat because they think they knew they had it at that point.
So leading scorer Mackenzie Brown with 11, followed by Driscoll with 9, Purcell 9, 6 each for Collins and Fatucci, Hunter with 2, and then Madeline Blake at the end hit a free throw and got into the book, and you were thrilled about that,
Love
which is great.
Love that kid.
On the other side of the team, Trinity, the leading scorer Torres with 12, 4 each from Meehan, Hill, and Gravelin, and then we had 3 from Ariane, and then Willard with 3, and then Roberge with 2. Just too much power, too much pressure. Bedford now goes to 20-0. Is there a team that could stop this Bedford program in this 2013-14 season, Coach?
I'm not sure about that. No one's been able to do it yet. They've had a couple of close games, but neither of those teams are in the tournament. So I think with this win, they're going to advance probably to play Nashua North, who's playing Dover today. But I think Nashua North's going to pull that one off. He's a good coach over there. He'll have his team ready to go. But, I mean, you can be as ready as you can be. I don't know if you can match up with this squad.
Talk about the seniors on the Trinity side in particular. They have they're playing their last game. What was it like for you playing your last game as a senior, and what are they feeling right now?
It's funny. I actually personally fouled out of the only game of my career was the last game I ever played, so that was kind of emotional. But Lizzie Meehan, she's finishing up here at Trinity, but I think she's going on to play some college ball next year. So it'll be. It's sad that it's over, but I think she can look to the next step.
Well, we're wrapping it up here in Bedford. The kids are on the court shooting hoops, waiting for the players to come out to meet their parents. Bedford by 20. Next step, we're going to be at Southern New Hampshire University. If you're around, Coach, would love to have you join the staff. It was great having Coach Cheetham here, bringing the perspective, a coach who's played basketball at the high level and now is coach at the high level. So we're thrilled to have you, and thanks for being part of the staff. You made me look good today.
Thanks for having me. One of my good friends, Stephanie Cohen, former Bedford girl, she does this for a living and works for Sports New York, so she sends me her clips all the time. I have to send her this YouTube video. Give a little shout out to CastleHill Media down in SNY.
Well, a shout out for sure. Final score, Bedford by 20, 54-34. We're going to see you at SNU in a couple days. Hopefully you'll be here.
Absolutely.
For CastleHill Media, and Home Run Pizza and Subs at 241 Candia Road, the Postgame Report. I'm Mike Robinson. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.